You are young, too young to carry this much. But in your house, feelings are dangerous. Tears bring anger. Honesty brings rejection. So you learn to disappear without leaving. You cover your fear with a smile. You hide your pain with politeness. And it works. People call you good, mature, strong. They never notice that their praise is built on your silence. They never notice that the smile is just a costume stitched together by fear. Inside, you feel the truth. Your laughter sounds hollow. Your calm feels forced. You are pretending so well that even you begin to forget who you really are. But deep down, the broken child is still there, watching from behind the smile, waiting for someone to finally see them. There is a name for what you became. Psychologists call it masking. Others call it a false self, but you know it as survival. It means you learned to smile while your chest was on fire. It means you laughed when you wanted to scream. To the world, the mask looks perfect, polite, calm, unshakable. But inside, it is suffocating. Every time you said, "I'm fine," you buried a truth no one wanted to hear. Every grin was a shield, every joke a disguise, every silence a plea no one understood. The contrast is cruel. Outside, the good child. Inside, the broken one. And over time, the mask grew so heavy you forgot who you were without it. As a child, you did not plan to hide. You were forced into it. In homes where emotions were unsafe, you learned quickly that honesty carried consequences. Tears invited punishment. Anger brought rejection. Sadness created distance. So you adapted. You replaced truth with performance. You wore a smile like armor. Every laugh, every polite nod, every "I'm fine" was not innocence. It was strategy. Your nervous system helped you survive. When danger felt constant, your body stayed alert. Eyes scanned every movement. Ears searched for tension in voices. Muscles stayed tight, ready for impact. This is called hypervigilance, a state where safety is never assumed. The smile covered it, but underneath, your small body was burning. The tragedy is that you should have been free to play, to rest, to be carried. Instead, you carried the room. You became the peacekeeper, the quiet one, the performer of calm. Childhood became rehearsal, and the stage was survival. Here is where the wound deepens. The world applauded your disguise. Teachers praised your maturity. Relatives admired your politeness. Friends leaned on your calm. They believed the mask so fully that even you began to confuse it with your identity. But their praise was misplaced. They were not seeing you. They were seeing the version of you designed to keep the peace. And each compliment, each pat on the back, locked the mask tighter. You learned that being easy to love required being invisible. You learned that silence brought safety. The world thought you were strong. In truth, you were hiding. The mask was never a gift. It was a theft. It stole your right to be messy, to be loud, to be vulnerable. And every good job was another reminder that no one noticed the real child behind the smile. But here is the cruel truth. The mask does not vanish when you grow older. It grows with you. The broken child becomes the adult who smiles through pain, even when everything inside is collapsing. In relationships, you stay quiet when you are hurt. You laugh off betrayal. You say it's okay when it is not. Love feels fragile, so you never risk showing your real needs. You care for others, but never let anyone truly care for you. At work, you overachieve. You smile when you are drowning in deadlines. You push through exhaustion because you have been trained to believe worth equals performance. The praise that once kept you alive now keeps you chained. Even in moments of joy, something feels missing. Peace feels suspicious. Rest feels dangerous. Happiness feels unearned. And when someone finally asks how you are, you answer with the same old mask. "I'm fine." This is the fallout of pretending too well. Smiling when you should have cried. Laughing when you should have screamed. Performing when you should have been protected. The mask once saved you, but now it suffocates you. And the saddest part, most people will never notice. Because the better you smile, the more invisible your pain becomes. At the center of all this pain sits a single lie. The lie you learned as a child. If I smile, I will be safe. If I hide my pain, I will be loved. If I pretend, no one will leave me. That belief carried you through chaos, but it also rewrote your identity. You stopped asking for comfort. You stopped trusting honesty. You decided love had to be earned through silence and performance. And every time the mask worked, the lie grew stronger. But here is the brutal truth. What saved you then imprisons you now. The smile was never love. It was fear wearing makeup. The calm was never peace. It was exhaustion mistaken for strength. And the mask you thought was protecting you is the same mask that keeps you unseen. So what do you do with a childhood spent pretending? You grieve it. Not once, but again and again. Because you cannot heal what you refuse to mourn. It begins with permission. Permission to admit that the smile was a shield. Permission to acknowledge that being called strong was not a blessing. It was neglect, disguised as praise. You did not deserve to carry that role. You were a child. You should have been messy, loud, held, comforted. Instead, you were the protector, the entertainer, the peacekeeper. That loss must be grieved. Grief means letting the feelings you buried finally breathe. Cry for the birthdays where no one noticed you. Rage for the nights you smiled through fear. Mourn the years where you played safe instead of being seen. This grief is not weakness. It is proof of life. Because when the frozen parts begin to fall, when the silence finally breaks, you realize you were never broken. You were only forced to pretend. Healing does not mean erasing the mask. It means learning you no longer need it. It means slowly, painfully, giving yourself what no one else gave you, permission to exist as you are. The first step is witnessing. Stop telling yourself it wasn't that bad. Stop gaslighting your own pain. Say it clearly. I was hurt. I deserved more. That honesty breaks the contract you made with silence. The second step is practice. Tiny acts of authenticity. Letting yourself frown when something hurts. Saying I'm tired when you are exhausted. Admitting I need help, even when it feels terrifying. Each small truth weakens the mask. And the third step is compassion. Treat the child inside you the way no one did. Hold them. Reassure them. Whisper, you don't have to perform anymore. I see you. I'm not leaving. Healing is not quick. It is not linear. But every time you choose truth over performance, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Slowly, the smile stops being armor and starts becoming real again. Section 9. Micro exercise. 100 words. Tonight, give yourself 1 minute of honesty. Stand in front of a mirror. Let the smile fall away. Notice what rises when you are no longer pretending. Maybe it's sadness. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's nothing at all. Just a hollow silence. Do not run. Do not cover it. Simply breathe. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Repeat 3 times. Then whisper to yourself, I do not need to perform right now. I am safe as I am. That tiny act plants the seed of freedom. You were never broken. You were forced into pretending. A child should not have to trade truth for safety, or silence for belonging. But you did, and you carried that mask for so long, it began to feel permanent. The truth is, you are still here. Beneath the smile, beneath the performance, beneath the exhaustion, you remain. Healing begins the moment you decide that your worth is not measured by how well you hide. It begins when you let yourself be seen, not as the strong one, not as the easy one, but as the whole human you always were. Yes, it will feel strange at first. Vulnerability will sting. Honesty will shake your bones. But each time you choose truth over performance, you step closer to freedom. You do not need to smile to deserve love. You do not need to hide to stay safe. The child inside you is waiting. And now, finally, you are the one who can bring them home. If this spoke to you, write "no more masks" in the comments, so you're not invisible anymore. Send this to someone who hides behind a smile. They need to hear it too.